Hello, everybody, and welcome. My name is Masha Pavlova. I am the CEO and founder of the U brand and MTP Studio. And I am so excited to share this with you guys today. It is 2021, and we have our first eWomen Madison luncheon coming up this coming Wednesday. It is going to be Wednesday, the 20th of January. The doors open a little bit early, but the event starts at 11:30, so be sure to be there. It's going to be amazing. And I'm so excited about the topic that we have coming up, and we have the speaker to tell us a little bit more about it. Ann Bennett is going to be talking about how to get unruly and get rich being yourself. How cool is that, you guys? Welcome, Ann. Thank you so much for being here with us.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. It's great to be with you. It's awesome. It's such a great subject, right?
Absolutely.
We're used to, like we were just talking a few minutes offline, we're so used to not really talking about ourselves or
Exactly.
what some people consider bragging, right? I just consider it the truth.
I love that. Yes. So, in your experience, tell me a little bit more. First of all, how did this show up in your experience, and how do you work with yourself as well as with your clients to kind of overcome that a little bit?
Well, as you're familiar with branding and also familiar with building a business, right? Building a business is like the biggest growth and development program you're probably ever going to take on in your life. And so when I started to look at it's all about communication,
Yeah.
right? It's all about communicating, but communicating actually, I mean, I can't believe I'm going to say this because I do a lot of writing and you probably do too with your clients. And it's like, that's 7% of the communication, the actual written spoken word, 7%. The majority of your communication comes from your vibe, your essence, your energy signature, how you show up. People read these things in their subconscious before you actually open your mouth. They're already making assumptions, judgments, labels, all the things that we do as human beings, because we label things so that we simplify, because we're getting like, I don't know, 200,000 messages a day. And it's even worse now. We have Zoom, right? And
Right? Oh my gosh.
the thing is that the brain can only really take in about, I think it's 230 or something like that. It's a small amount of information. So a brand is essentially something that speaks for you before you speak.
Exactly. I love that. And I love branding to branding person. I love this conversation. Tell me a little bit, because so many people, they hear the word branding and they, picture, the logo and, the business style, the website. And what you're talking about is so much more. It's the essence of the person, the essence of who the business is. So tell me a little bit more about that.
It's like the brand voice. The brand has its own, it's kind of an advanced conversation, but the brand actually has its own voice.
Yeah.
It has its thing, and you as an individual are actually in service of this brand. So like mine is like renegade branding, right? So whether I want to show up like a renegade or not, I'm showing up as a renegade. Doesn't really matter because the brand, like if I don't have on my leather jacket, people are like, where's your leather jacket? That's how strong the brand is right now. And it's important for people to understand this. It's really embedded in human psychology and how we connect with each other. And we're looking for these deeper, more authentic connections all the time. So when people go networking, they're like, here's my card and this is what I do and da-da-da, and all of that is like, does nothing for your sense of connection to the other person. So you're reading their energy and their vibe, and they're like, yeah, I want to get to know this person better. Oh, let me see what they actually do. What is their service? But prior to that, you don't really care.
I love that. And isn't that the truth? With eWomen, we create that community, and what a better way to do it than how it is that you show up versus just sending somebody a business card. I love that.
Yeah, I'm going to be teaching about what I
Getting
call.
back to your talk and getting on the and getting
I'm sorry you went a little
that's
blip.
awesome.
I didn't actually hear what you said because you kind of went in and out.
Oh, sorry about that. Gotta love 2021. It's continuation of 2020 here. So tell us a little bit more about the topic for our launch in next week, Wednesday. What do we have to look forward to?
We're going to be looking at get unruly and get rich. What does that actually mean? First of all, and what is being rich? Okay. Being rich to me is really about loving yourself ultimately. And
Yeah.
it's about allowing yourself to show up as exactly the way you are. So it's not about, I call it putting lipstick on a pig. It's not about dressing up, or it's not about pretend, oh, I'm going to slap a brand on, when that isn't who you are. So, like, I have these 4 archetypes that we're going to be talking about and exploring. It's the nurturer, the disruptor, the innovator, and the geek. And it just gives you a place to start. Like, how do I dive into what my brand actually is, or my brand voice? And then how do I put, like we were talking about, it's not a logo, a tagline, colors, how you dress, but all of those things are used to visually support and align with what your brand actually is. So we're going to really look at that. We're going to look at some brands that we all know, and how you can begin to actually tap into that for yourself, because most people have obviously not a clue about that. I like to say you can't see your own eyebrows, so you don't really know. You don't really know until you start to explore these things on a what I consider a deeper level.
That's awesome. I'm just wondering how many people are like me who are like, can I see my eyebrows? I really can't see my
But
eyebrows.
try.
That's awesome. Oh my gosh. Well, I am so excited for your talk. And for those of you who are new to eWomen, or who have been curious, can you tell us a little bit about your eWomen story and how you got connected with eWomen, and why did you choose this as your community?
Oh my goodness, eWomen is like the best. First of all, um, I I'd moved locations into a new area. I had no friends, no family. I didn't have any connection to the area at all. And I was like, well, I want to go meet some people, right? I want to belong to a community of like-minded women that are working on their businesses. And, you know, uh, being an entrepreneur is really lonely, essentially. Like, I'm here, I'm by myself. And now, people at offices are now at home, so that you get, there's an isolation to it. And so I didn't want to do that. My entire life has been like, I don't belong to anything, and I'm on the outside and all that kind of stuff. And I was like, okay, I'm going to give that up. I'm going to go to this lunch. I heard about the eWomen. People were like, oh yeah, it's really great. And so I went to it, and I just kept going. I kept going. You have to try things out, I think, at least 3 times in order to see if it's right for you. Because the first time you do something, you're essentially super uncomfortable. So I walked into a room of, I'm in Orange County chapter. So I walked into the room wearing a Armani suit because I'm from New York. And I was like, okay, that means business. In my world, that
Yeah.
means business. And I'm going to show up, and I'm going to be in this group of women, and it's a pretty big group. And it was just like, okay, people are really nice, but whatever. I don't really, I'm just checking it out, which is my usual MO. I walk into a room until now, right? I walk into a room and I look around, see what's going on, and decide who I'm going to speak to. And it was great. It was great. So I just decided I would just keep going back. People didn't really remember me at first till I started wearing my own clothes, actually, and developing my personal brand.
That's
Like, as
awesome.
soon as I started wearing things that I normally wear, people were like, "Who is that? What are you about? What is that?" Right? So all of a sudden, I didn't look like every other woman who was great looking, but they all looked a particular way and acted a particular way. I showed up more as myself and started to stand out. People remembered me.
That's
And the whole
brilliant.
thing started to evolve because I was just starting my business at that point. Now I've been, doing this work for about 10 years.
That's incredible, Anne. Thank you so much for sharing your story with us. What a powerful thing to remember, especially I haven't heard a lot of people talk about the 3 times you have to try something. Because again, like first time, like, because it's outside of your comfort zone a lot of times, right? If it's something
Why
new for
not? Always, right?
you. Right?
You
Yeah,
might not get the results you want the first time. It
ex-
doesn't mean you shouldn't keep doing it. We think,
exactly.
oh, I didn't make all this money the first time I did something, right? Or, wow, that was really difficult the first time I did it. I'm not going to do it. I guess that means I shouldn't be doing it. It couldn't be further from the truth.
Exactly. I love that. Thank you so much. And here's the other thing that I absolutely love about what you mentioned is you said Orange County, right?
Yeah, that's my
That's
chapter.
halfway across the country. So this is the beauty of the virtual world because this event is going to be virtual. And so whether or not you're in Madison, Wisconsin, eWomen has chapters from all over the place, all over the world, actually, and definitely all over the nation. So that's the beauty of where we're at. We can meet people from all over. And thank
Yeah,
you
it's
so much
even better now, right? With the virtual. I mean, that's what I loved about it. Originally, I wanted a group that was national,
yeah.
that was bigger than the location, that I could meet other people. And now it's even easier, right? Because it's virtual.
That's awesome. Yeah, absolutely. So, you guys, thank you so much, Ann Bennett, for coming out. I cannot wait to hear you talk next week, Wednesday. Be sure to register, you guys. We'll have all the information posted down below. So, be sure to check this out and make sure you don't miss Ann's talk. It's going to be amazing. It's going to blow your mind. Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll hope to see you then.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Cool.